Oh, good. She's biting it. Yes.
What's happening?
Chew the thing. There's extra plastic things by my feet. Slide them. Get in there.
That's these. Joey's. Ahsoka.
Good morning.
Ahsoka.
Oh, make sure your mic is on. The hair to snap off.
Good morning.
Yay, we're
That's
all
obvious.
here.
Let me mute my phone.
Yeah, I put mine on silent, not even vibrate.
That's my stomach.
One more moment. I must turn on all my equipment.
This fucking thing. Dennis, get your shit together.
Greetings and salutations.
This is Old Books Podcast. We read old books and talk about them.
Do we?
Usually.
Oh, okay.
Oh, is that thing recording?
Yes, it is.
Hi. How are
We
you?
have a new device, a new contraption. It is it's recording all of us. It is a cool thing made by Zoom called a Q2N 4K.
Ooh.
It's got a fancy mic on it and a 4K recorder doohickey.
Yep, in case you want to see stuff and hear it too.
For sure. My intention is to just record our episodes and then put them up completely unedited onto YouTube
That's right.
As
With
is?
the realness.
with the realness.
No filter.
No filter. If we record for 3 hours, it's going to be a 3-hour long episode.
Ooh.
Good
Yeah,
luck.
Challenge.
Yeah.
Bum, bum,
And then the
bum.
podcast will continue to be a more refined version of our
That's right.
dialogue.
That's right.
I don't even know what episode this is anymore.
It's another episode.
It's another episode.
Well, what's out now?
Good question. The
Stuff.
last thing that was uploaded was...
Did you do a Christmas Carol yet?
No, that's coming up next. I'm in the process of editing that for Christmas.
Okay.
As in today is December
22nd.
22nd, yeah. So that'll be the Christmas episode that's going up.
12 through 2.
Huh?
12 through 2.
Yes, yes.
19.
Angel numbers 222.
Yeah.
After that, I believe this might be the next episode. I've officially handed off the Moby Dick collection to
Oh.
a friend of mine who is.
That's not up yet?
No, it is not up.
Oh, wow.
I sent it off to someone
That's
who's
fine. Please.
interested in
Please.
editing, and so she's going to be working on that. I actually don't know where we are on that. It might be done. I don't know.
That hurt.
Yeah, our headphones are. This is a cheap box.
Sensitive.
So
We're drinking liquids. A beer that tastes like coffee.
I don't cough as much as I do when I'm here. I swear, I never cough.
I don't believe you.
And then when I'm here, it's all coughs.
And this isn't weird. My dog is under the table, and because I was like rubbing his face, and I was like, it looks like I'm being weird under the table. But no, but Toby's under here.
So
Don't worry,
Moby
there's
Dick
a-
is 2 episodes, right?
3.
3. All right. So
So,
with the Christmas Carol, 3 episodes of Moby Dick. This will officially be.
Well, no, this is gonna go up next because I don't have Moby Dick ready yet.
All right. So this is technically episode 12.
Hell yeah,
'Cause
double
Christmas-
digits.
Because Christmas Carol is number 11 then.
Oh hell yeah.
Oh, that's gonna be interesting.
Yeah, it's gonna be fun. Eventually. I know she's editing it. I just don't know where she's at with it. Anyway, in this episode, we're talking about War of the Worlds.
Yes.
The first half of the book.
The book.
If you hear little tapping, that's my dog walking on the table,
Yes.
on a shelf in the table.
Yes.
And then off in the distance is our new dog, Ahsoka, joining us for the first episode of Old Books Podcast, happily chewing on a toy that we bought today.
What kind of dog is Ahsoka?
She is a Chihuahua mix.
Ah.
We have no idea what the mix is. Some people have stated Jack Russell Terrier, but her body seems to be getting longer and longer.
Maybe she's a dachshund?
Maybe, we're not sure.
Dennis?
What? I said. I
I'll
tried.
kill you.
How much water have I drank since I've been here?
Would you like one of my...
No, those things are ridiculous. So Esteban has brought these halls that I think you would only find in like National Lampoon's movies, where they're like some sort of leftover parts of the Soviet Union and their nuclear program.
Oh, so you didn't like the one that you had?
No, I did. It just wanted to kill me.
No. I just wanted to kill all the things that make you cough.
Which is me.
War of the Worlds.
Yes.
I can see how eager you are.
I am.
To talk about it. You keep coughing. I just want to say that I have enjoyed this book immensely because it is the first real horror book that we've read. Real true sci-fi book.
It's not horror.
I think it's horror.
It's predictive of the future. We're being watched.
But that does count. I mean, entire cities. Why?
They deserved it.
Why?
They were just standing there.
I didn't realize it was going to be this horror-ish.
It's not horror. It's the future.
I mean, if you watch the Tom Cruise movie.
Yes, which has been on a lot lately. It's actually on cable right now, and it's playing every 5 minutes.
You would assume it's like, this is not that scary. It's just Tom Cruise running a lot.
Which is all Tom Cruise movies.
Right. But this book presents a very bleaker picture, and I think it's bleaker because of when it was written. Because, like, for some reason, the Tom Cruise movie had me thinking, like, oh, man, we got some decent weapons. Maybe we can get to them. And then it's got talking about, like, and the cannons. It's like, oh, Space Invaders, and we shoot cannons at them?
Yes.
That sounds stupid.
The thing that was scary is that they once broadcast this book. I want to stop coughing.
Have one of his End of the World candies.
No War of the World halls candies. No,
BTW FYI, by the way. The book is written by English author H.G. Wells. First serialized in 1897.
Serialized?
Yeah.
What is that?
It came out in an episodic form. Probably much like the way the Count of Monte Cristo.
Give me the candy. Thank you.
A shot of candy. The novel's first hardcover came out in 1898.
If I cough anymore, I'm gonna be drug out into the alley behind the building.
I kill you.
And be left for cats to eat. Which there are quite a bit.
They will eat you.
There's a cat village around the corner from my apartment. Toby, no, you cannot come up. No.
Already working.
What did you guys think?
I like the parts where people are dying.
There's a lot of that.
There's a lot of that.
I think most of
But it's the way they're dying I enjoy.
Yeah, the heat gun.
Yeah.
I was trying to remember the movie because I saw it.
I just want to stop coughing.
I really want you to stop coughing.
The Tom Cruise one?
Yeah, I don't remember much about it though, and I especially don't remember the aliens having heat guns like that.
Well, they had like lasers. But the way he describes it, it sounds like they're literally opening furnaces.
Well, first of all,
it sounds like.
Can I say that it's bothering me, having seen the movie and now read the book, the parts that we've read, that there's a camera with a tripod.
Yeah.
And the things that kill people in these have tripods, so I'm kind of afraid right now.
Well,
it's bothering me.
Like when you look at.
Also, it has a red light, so I feel like it's gonna attack me at any moment.
Yeah, got it. Now I get it. I was a little slow there. The heat, I imagine when they said heat gun, the way they explain it, it's kind of like, when you look out in the city on a hot day and you can see the heat waves?
Yeah.
That's what I imagine. This is just basically severely intense heat coming from a weapon. Just spraying fire. Like, it's so hot that it immediately turns anything, like, immediately starts burning in fire when it touches it. It's invisible. You can't see it. It's just all of a sudden you're scorched.
See, the heat gun didn't even scare me.
I just really don't remember seeing anything like that in the movies.
Humans are mostly water, right?
Yes. But again, the heat gun didn't scare me.
So all the cells in your body are filled with water and you're being attacked by heat.
I'm used to these, like, laser shiny weapons. Because they're not realistic. They're magic. But when the aliens started the chemical warfare, which is some real shit we do right now.
Oh, that you can get in Syria.
I'm like, that's...
Are you talking about the Black Mist?
Yeah.
Yeah, that was interesting. It's almost like a sentient kind of mist. Like, it didn't, like, rise up or settle in. It just kind of went where it was supposed to and stayed there and then dissipated.
I don't like words like sentient.
It doesn't dissipate. It settles down.
Right.
And then they come in and they suck it up, which means they can't breathe it either.
Right.
They're like, ooh, all right, everything's dead.
This here.
And then they keep going, and if they needed to use it again...
That mist, it reminded me of, like, Raid. Like those foggers.
That's basically what it is.
Yeah. I don't know what that is.
So Raid, you know, the pest control company.
Yeah.
Has you know, so they have the cans that you can spray on insects that'll kill them.
Right, I'm familiar.
Chemical warfare. But they also have a form. They also have a form that, you know, takes is like, leave your apartment, hide your food from the fog.
Oh, got it.
Because it could kill you too.
Right.
So now you leave your apartment and you've set this bomb off.
Mm-hmm.
It fills your apartment around the floor. The bugs can't escape it.
Right.
And now you come back to the apartment. And what
I know about those.
What used to be a lovely home is now a bug cemetery. And
yes. But the problem with those is that what was happening where I used to live is that there was a neighbor who would do those. And so all the bugs in the neighborhood would run, and then they'd all end up in all of that neighbor's apartments, i.e. mine.
Yes.
And so every month we'd end up with this like influx of bugs, and we generally kept our apartment pretty clean. And all of a sudden it's like, where the fuck are these bugs coming from?
I want you to say that again so we have it on record.
Where the fuck?
No, that you kept your apartment clean.
I
It's
tried.
true, but you don't seem to believe that. But
Well,
that's a whole other thing.
I tried to.
One of the more interesting parts for me. So, this thing crashes. No one knows what it is.
I think you just don't like E. You just cough whenever he speaks.
No one knows what it is.
I'm not coughing in protest.
This one super satellite nerd decides, I'm gonna go look at it. And he's standing there. He's like, oh, it's regular. Then all the crust falls out. He's like, ooh, it's a cylinder. Then he hears noises and it starts spinning.
Yeah.
And then he goes collects all the villagers. And all these very intelligent people are now around this round cylinder, and they try to unscrew it.
All this is foreign to me. I don't understand things where people, you know, things crash and people go watch.
Right.
Now, now if things are crashing, you watch a car crash, but it's happening. It's evolving all the time.
But at this point in time, we have enough technology in the sky and on Earth to be able to tell where something came from and surmise a lot of information from it. At that point in time, I think they assumed that it was from Mars.
Because they saw the explosions.
Yes. But they don't know anything about it. It's just a thing. And everyone, at any point, even today, everyone wants to be the first one to discover something, the first one to be able to figure something out, or be on site when it happens so that they can have their name attached to the event.
This is true.
I'm not one of those people.
I am also not one of those people. Because I realized there was also a person who was first to discover tuberculosis.
Yes.
Yes.
Ebola.
Yes.
They didn't get to name it. They just died.
No.
I wonder where the names came from.
The guy who discovered their bodies.
Exactly.
God.
There was a lady who discovered radiation, and she didn't discover it by, you know, observing it. She died. Her name was Marie Curie.
Oh, interesting.
Yes. We don't even call it Curies. You know, like she didn't even get to name it because she died.
Oh well. Yeah. At least we know who it was. I appreciated the comment when, I don't remember the main character's name. Do we even get it?
We do. Because he mentions when his friends talk to him.
Right.
But at this point, he's just trying to not die. And I do appreciate that he's one of the, I guess this is why he gets to narrate the story to us. He's one of the smarter / I'm not a moron. For when, during one of the scenes, he's at a village. He's already seen the attack happen before. And these things start attacking again. And all the villagers start running. And he's like, nah, peeps, that shit is hot. Get in the water.
Water gets hot. I don't know if that was necessarily the right idea.
Well, everyone around him died, but he swam away.
I don't think we get his name. All I'm finding is the narrator and the narrator's brother.
I'm sure someone speaks to him. But another one of those funny moments,
Mm-hmm.
after seeing this shit happen, he asks his neighbor for the little cart so he can get his wife and shit. And he's like, I'll bring it back. And he actually brings it back. Well, he tries to bring it back.
Oh no.
Me?
Mm-hmm. Pause.
The microwave. Not the microwave. This.
She has one of those reverse microwaves that keeps everything cold.
It's a big box, and it makes noise. So turn it off.
Cold noises.
Cold noise. I need a checklist. No more humming. You're the best. Just hang it up this thing. Yeah, I'm gonna circle with you soon.
Hey, Ahsoka.
Really hope not.
Why is it so hard for you to get in there?
Because it is.
Why?
Because the table have these things. These pegs, right? That are made of solid wood.
Are you sitting on the owl pillow?
So, when my knee comes in contact with the solid wood, that shit hurts. So I try to make sure it doesn't.
So what I was saying before I got distracted by the name of... we were watching My Hero Academia. I hate both of you.
My mint is almost gone.
Mine's just fighting me.
The
Not
scene,
the cough, it's fighting me.
the scene in the book a little later on where he comes across the guy who's like lost his wits and he just doesn't understand what's going on. He's like lost sense of reality. And he's sitting there and he says, what good is religion if it crumbles under pressure? It's like horrible things have happened all over the world. God is not an insurance person. Like this is just our turn to have to deal with something, and unfortunately we're basically in the thick of it. I really appreciated that cool use of like logic to try to reason with the guy and get him to come back. That stuck out with me.
Well, that particular point, I didn't agree to as a person of faith.
Yes, he was a
Wait. Rewind, because I want to cut that out. Please restate your statement.
Oh, I was saying I don't agree with that particular point as a person of faith. And this is my personal take on it. It's not anything that was reinforced. But just like I find that faith, not religion, is about looking to your higher power first and establishing that you believe no matter what. Whatever you happen to be going through is not a judgment on you. It's not, like God's not punishing you by, sicking Martians on you. But, it's like, if Martians happen to come, you should first ask God to calm you, to guide your experience, and let it, keep you in the way that life is supposed to be lived, how, things are supposed to be reacted to. But not as a punishment or, like God's not a God's not a kid with a laser.
But I don't think that's what he was getting at.
Yeah, he didn't tell him like this is a punishment. What he was saying is,
this happens to everybody.
This happens to everybody.
Yes.
And he's like, and religion shouldn't crumble in the face of you suffering.
Yeah, well, that's what I meant, but in the sense that I don't view religion in that way. Like religion could crumble because it's rules and arbitrary things. Right. That are based around that's supposed to be guiding your faith, but really it's not. Faith is something personal. In my case, that guides your judgment. Right. Religion is not something I really it's obviously something I practice, but not something I'm focused on. The rules is not what I'm worried about. Yeah, of course. But that was just me. I didn't. I'm not H2O, so.
Makes sense.
Yeah.
But I do appreciate his point. Because one of the things you get a lot is these people who, again, like you say, claim to have faith. Yes. And if you read a lot of these books, they basically tell you, keep going. Yeah. It does tell you to keep going. Yeah. But this guy just assumes, like, well, people is dying, God must hate us, we fucked up, woe is me.
Yeah, I'm not on that hill. I don't work that way.
And the guy's like, nah, bro. Like, no, this is not how this works.
Nope. You can't afford to lose your mind.
Right.
Get your shit together.
Nope. There's always going to be something.
Right. And, like, I appreciated that moment, too, because it's one of those things like no. Don't blame God. Let's figure this out. Yep. And, when he tells him, he's like, yeah, we killed one.
Yeah.
Guy's like, how can you kill one of God's messengers? He's like,
it's like, figure out where you, like, what does God do you? Figure
right.
it out.
Right, but in the same way where...
Is God poking at you?
In the same way where you think that... How can I phrase this?
Just say it.
But I'm trying to figure out how to say it.
Well,
In that guy's point of view,
mm-hmm.
even though these are Martians, God must have sent them.
Why? Do you think?
I don't know. I'm not in that guy's shoes. But
No,
that's
but, like,
what I think.
You've read the book. You've had thoughts. Why does God send Martians with the screw top lid? Why is that?
Well, the guy who made the comment,
Mm-hmm.
that he's like, these are God's messengers.
Yeah.
He makes a very specific comment.
Yeah.
He said, this is Sodom and Gomorrah.
Mm-hmm.
Now, anyone who's read the Bible understands that
Mm-hmm.
Sodom and Gomorrah was destroyed by God
Mm-hmm.
because they were the worst
Yes.
of the worst.
Yeah.
Like, if you have the list of the 7 deadly sins,
Mm-hmm.
they've checked them all twice.
Yes.
Millions.
At least.
At least.
Yeah.
So that's how the religious guy was taking
Yeah.
the effect.
Yeah.
He
Like,
was like,
this is
"We were all
punishment because
bad."
humans are sinners and...
Right, and the other guy's like, nah, fam.
Is that chewing?
Yeah, she seems to like her new toy.
No.
What I was going to say to your comment about the fact that the guy brought the cart back, I don't think it was so much a thing of...
He wanted his quarter.
No.
Yeah.
I think
it
it wasn't...
supermarket, they get a little thing on it where if you put a quarter in, you can get the card back.
Yeah,
You
I
get your
know
quarter
those.
back.
I know those.
Yeah.
In Long Island, they made a thing that was shaped like a quarterback. It had a little button on it, so that it was like a little tool that you could use.
Uh-huh.
And my dad and I would run around collecting them, and we called them clickies.
Uh-huh.
So we would run around and we would like push all the carts back in and collect all the little
Uh-huh.
clickies. So I'm very familiar with those. I was talking about the guy definitely didn't bring the cart back out of the goodness of his heart. He brought that shit back so that he would have an excuse to go back to the scene of the crime and see what's going on. That was his driving motivation. I think.
Ooh.
What?
I have a question for
Go
you. So, once he attempts to deliver the cart,
Yes.
he makes his way back and things are happening.
Yeah.
At one point, he says that he actually got mad at his wife as he's on the way back. How did you feel about that statement? Because that's like weird to me. It's like, you left, but you mad at her. Like, you bitch, you safe, and I'm hungry. Damn it, I'm cold. Like, that statement felt weird to me.
You've never been irrationally angry at someone?
No, because he was mad that she didn't try to keep him home. I think that's what it was, right? Because I read this a couple weeks ago. And it's been a little while since I read a whole other book in between.
Like the statement just hit me like, wait, what?
I can identify with that.
It's
Being irrationally angry with someone.
Yeah, irrationally angry. It's just like I go and you're home and she didn't protest. She didn't say anything. She protested silently by like looking at him with tears in her eyes and solemn face, but she didn't say like, will you please stay home with me? Don't go back out there, you're gonna die. She didn't do that. So I think he was more so mad at her for not trying harder to get him to stay home.
He
He's
wouldn't
like,
have
that bitch
stayed.
just let me go, and now I'm out here, and I'm scalded, and I'm dirty, and I'm hungry, and I'm out here with these bums.
Crazy priest guy is talking to me.
Yeah, I
And
think.
in true fashion, she could have been like, I'm also irrationally angry with you
Right.
for doing the thing you felt you needed to do.
My whole logic is this, right? Like, you're in a town. There's a guy running from door to door saying, "Get the fuck out of your house. Leave the town. Like, forget about it. Just take your most important things and get out." Right? You're focused on the safety of your family, of your wife, and your housemaid. You go in to grab her little things, and then you all pack up, and then you go and tell your neighbor that you're gonna return his cart. First of all, you must realize on some level that you are depriving him of his only way of getting out of the town.
Mm-hmm.
You're taking his one pull cart, which is I think like a 1-horse pull cart thing.
Right.
So you take his one cart because he hasn't heard yet that this town is getting evacuated, and then you promise to bring it back. That whole piece there just didn't make any sense to me. Because I'm like, why would you, again, understanding like there's that ulterior motive, like if I tell him I have to bring it back, then I have to bring it back, and then I have a reason to come back. But in the back of your head, you must be also thinking, how the fuck do I get back home once I bring the cart back to this guy? Because he's not going to probably take me with him. He's going to have his family with him. So then I'm going to bring it all the way back, hours of commute, and then have to walk back? It just don't make no sense.
You are taking into yourself the idea that this person is thinking in an ethical and logical way, which he's probably not.
But he was. He was thinking rationally enough to know that he needed to realize. He realized that the guy had a horse cart. He paid twice as much as the guy that was there before him to make sure that he got it. He packed up his family. He knew enough to not go to the next town, but 2 towns over. And then he goes and takes the cart back. I'm like, homie, you know that everyone's dead by now. You saw the destruction.
He went 2 towns over because that's where his or her cousin lived.
Mm-hmm.
Now, what do you guys think of the soldiers?
Typical.
Because two instances with the soldiers have me going, huh? So the one soldier who comes to his house, who's like freaked out when he's like, psst. It's like, oh shit, I'm gonna die. He's like, no, dude, come up here. You know, they hide out, do the thing, and the guy convinces him to, get back into town and all this other stuff. And then they meet the lieutenant or whatever the hell. I was like, they kept using these weird words.
Lieutenant or something
like
that?
Khazar or something.
Oh yeah.
I'm not sure what the British military rankings are, but the guy they met, and the accent got really like funny, and where the guy's like, "Blimey," and all these other words, and
what the Dickens?
Right. Well, I've never heard that term until then. No, what the Dickens?
Heard what the Dickens before.
And like this guy's saying all this stuff, and he's like, and the soldiers like telling him, he's like, yeah, tripods and heat rays and da-da-da. And then he's just standing there all stoic, and the guy looks at him, and he's like, yes, it's all true. And finally he's like, they'll be a mile up that way. And he ends by saying, they went up the road, we went up this way, and we never saw them again. Of course you didn't. You knew they gonna die.
I like how the guy's like, one of the sergeants, he just finished hearing everything. He has it all confirmed by a secondary witness. And his response is, well, I guess it's our job to go see it for ourselves. It's just like, I would have been like, I don't know if I want to go see that for myself.
So
you did the thing. You let him up.
So did it come up?
And now he's making noises.
He's not. There's no noises.
Look at these noises.
There we go. Now he's naked.
So they finally make it into town. Mm-hmm. And they meet a colonel or whatever the hell that guy is. Mm-hmm. And the soldier's like, hi, I'm blah, 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 blah. I was a gunner here. Everyone from my group is dead. Mm-hmm. They dead. But I've been searching to meet back up so we can fight again. Now, I'm pretty sure everyone like, yeah, they dead. And I think this is a bad idea, guys.
Rip the patches off, ditch the jacket.
Running is my suggestion. Oh, you want to know why? So you see how the sun is hot, right? They bring that to your face. Like right here.
They just put the sun in your face.
Yeah.
But no, he's just... And that's the last time we see him. He just goes off to do some more gunnering. And we know how that turned out for a lot of guys.
I wonder if... So, the very first time that they pop out of their shells and
screw top.
The screw top thing that's like it's like a shell, like a triangle shell. It reminded me a little bit of Pyramid Head the way they first explained it. It's almost like from Resident Evil, that Pyramid Head thing. Imagine like the cap of Pyramid Head on 3 giant tripods. That's kind of how they explain it.
The thing walking in.
Yeah.
Because they say it has a hood.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. It's almost like this crazy thing. So it pops out. It's got a T-gun. It proceeds to put everything to fire within a path. And he's standing there frozen, right? And finally, for some reason, the thing stops and it doesn't cook him. And he's standing there frozen. And then he realizes, if that thing had kept going, it would have killed me. I was stuck here frozen. And then for the next 4 or 5 scenes, every single time there's something major happening, he gets stuck and frozen in the same thing. And I'm thinking to myself, like, how many times do you like realize that you froze and you could have died, but you were really fucking lucky before you don't freeze in that next scene. Like, eventually he smartens up, and at one point, like, instead of freezing, he dives underwater and all of this, but, like...
I think you're reading that wrong.
No.
So everybody who's fleeing is dying, and you're frozen and not dying.
No, that wasn't that. Yeah, but that wasn't what that was. That was just a series of coincidental...
But if you remember, when the thing first came out, and it's killing the people on the river...
Yeah.
At first, everyone's frozen. They're like, ooh. Including him.
Yes.
Then it starts... Then he's like, oh, shit. This is familiar. And he looks up the road, and he notices everyone up the road is getting toasted.
Yeah.
So he's like, let's jump in the water.
Uh-huh.
Which...
But he still froze.
Right, he still froze.
But he's not dead.
He even froze when he got back to his apartment.
Well, he didn't freeze. At that point, that's that moment of super shock.
Yeah.
Whenever he got into his house, he locked the door, put down his keys, because he points out that he puts down his keys.
Yes.
Then he sits down on the steps, and he's like, what the fuck did just happen?
I was just kidding about that part, but no. And then he realizes, after who knows how long he's been sitting there, he's got puddles around his feet and all of this. Ugh.
So, do you think, in that situation, because he's trying to return the cart,
yes,
cart get destroyed, he's not
Horse
in town
dies.
yet. Horse dies. He's not in town yet. Would you too have kept going towards your home, or would you have turned around and gone back to where you came from?
I think in situations like that, your shock can be such that it's like the only thing you can really think of is, what was I doing a minute ago? What was the plan? If I stick to the plan.
Yeah. Like, you stop thinking about that.
Mm-hmm.
The other thing is, if you're closer to home than you are to where you've just come from, your goal might really just be to get somewhere that feels safe.
Yeah.
And then
especially if you're escaping something. It's
Okay.
like, maybe home's not the safest place, but it's a place I know. It's a thing I can figure. A thing I can work out in my head.
You see what happens is Dennis puts Toby to sleep on the table, and then Toby starts snoring next to the mic, and then it's recorded. Why are you snoring? Don't snore. No one likes to hear your snores, especially
That's
me.
not true. We built a podcast on it.
No.
Yes.
He's so cute. He's
nobody's listening to the books. They're only listening to the gentle snoring of a small dog.
Have a cute dog.
Old book snore pod.
That's right.
No. It's just a podcast of Toby snores.
That's right.
Well, now we have Toby snoring and Ahsoka chewing.
Yes. The accidental ASMR podcast.
What did you think of the chapter where they talked from the point of view of his brother, who was in London in town, and how those papers kept coming out? And the first paper's like, oh, it's not so bad, guys. We'll be fine. The Martians can't even really move because, the Earth's gravity's got them stuck in their little holes. And then by the end of it, it's like, we all fucked. Get out.
Well, the one that I took considerable, like, damn it, it's always been that way, was when they talk about the trains. So the Martians basically vaporized a train station. And the train people in London were just like, there's train traffic ahead of us. They figured it wasn't a big deal.
That's right, yep.
I'm like, so it's not even just the MTA, it's just
Trains.
just trains throughout time.
Conductors in general are just like, well.
They don't really know what's going on. They're like, we'll just reroute the train this way. It's not a big deal.
I get paid by the hour, who cares?
I'm sure someone will wire and let us know why no one in this particular town where we've just heard something fell to the ground is not answering us. I'm sure it's fine. And then later it's like, oh, the two towns in the surrounding area also are not answering us. Don't worry, guys. We'll reroute the trains
There
again.
must be an issue with the lines.
My immediate reference was 9/11. There's a train station that was under I think it might still be there, under the two towers. And so the buildings fell, and people were on the train. They don't, they might have been, like the subway's you can be on the subway a long time.
Yeah.
So you might have been, riding in from Brooklyn or from up here, from the Bronx. Yeah. And you pull under the Twin Towers, and they get struck, and all this collapsing happens.
Yeah.
And so you're just stuck at wherever you are.
Right.
And the only thing you're thinking of as a New Yorker is, I gotta get somewhere.
Yeah, exactly.
I don't know what the hell is happening, but let's go.
Yeah,
let's keep moving.
Like what?
So that was my immediate reference.
Exactly. Like I just waited 10 minutes for this train. Don't tell me this train traffic ahead of us.
I paid $2.75. I expect to be where I'm going very, very quickly.
Yeah.
For sure.
So, you know, like, you're in your own little bubble. You're in your own little, you only have your experience. It's like, I have somewhere to go. Why are we not moving?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, the Earth
Yeah.
being you know, invaded and, you know, destroyed. What does that have to do? I got to get to work.
Right.
I'm looking for my Christmas bonus. It's payday.
Do you guys remember from the movie how this all ends?
Yes, but I don't want to say it because you don't remember.
I don't.
So I want to see if it ends the same way in the book.
Okay.
But that's what I'm curious about.
No.
No.
No, you're not curious.
I am very curious.
We're gonna finish the book and we're gonna find out if that's the way it's supposed to end.
Okay, so for those of you, for you, I guess maybe the both of you, if I don't remember, I don't know how much you remember.
I've been watching.
How close to the movie is this book? Because
Well,
I
this is the
feel
first time
like
I'm reading the book.
right, but have you seen the movie?
Yes.
So the movie, as far as I'm concerned, nothing.
Right?
This
Tom
book has no Tom Cruise in it whatsoever.
This is like another World War Z thing, as far as I'm concerned. Like, it's
Tom
just like all they did
Cruise-
was use the name.
Mm-hmm.
Tom Cruise was in Boston.
He didn't start off in Boston. He ran to Boston.
Right. So first of all, we're in the wrong country.
Uh-huh.
I don't remember a dog cart.
Nope.
Right.
Is he married?
He was
I think it
divorced.
was yeah.
He was. Yeah. So no. There are aliens.
That does remind me of the scene.
Mm-hmm. There are no pits though.
Yeah.
There are no pits.
Trenches, yeah. How they're talking about how
There are holes. But
the
no
entire
trenches.
military basically came and formed this long line of weapons, and the scene where they're expecting the weapons to fire off at some point and basically annihilate all these Martians at once, and the guy's standing there waiting and waiting and waiting, and then they find out later. That's when they find out about that black fog.
Well, when they first, quote unquote, happened to be around the black fog, he doesn't realize this was happening. Because he kept saying, like, he heard like something that sounded like a big gun, the boom.
Yeah.
But he didn't hear an explosion afterwards, and he was confused. And that's when he later realized, when people were filling in the holes for him, that the big gun-sounding thing is basically the Martians shooting the canisters of the black fog.
Right.
And the reason you didn't hear it, because it doesn't explode. It just kind of lands and
And that's it.
releases the fog. And then,
Like tear gas.
Right.
Ting, ting, ting. Oh, my eyes hurt.
And it kills...
Except
and,
your whole body hurts, and then you're dead.
And the way he pointed it out, he's like, it kills everything that breathes. So that means it wasn't like a specific gas for humans. They were just wiping everything out.
You do realize that respiration is one of the things that makes life. The way we classify life, respiration is one of those things. Taking in oxygen on our planet and releasing.
I didn't actually think about that.
Rocks.
Right, rocks are alive.
Spirits. And when he immediately follows that with, he's like, because at first he was kind of wondering like, oh, they're all destructive, and then it hits him. He's like, oh, they've decided to kill us all without ruining the planet.
But that's the thing that I keep thinking about.
What's that?
Is that they are ruining the planet because they're
ruining it for us.
Well, they're killing
also,
animals.
They're killing animals. They're ruining the water by boiling it, killing all of the water. No. When they're boiling the water with the heat gun, anything alive
that's
in the
his
water.
point. They wanted to use the heat gun less.
Right. Because all the trees that they kill are then going to produce less oxygen, which is going to have an effect on the planet.
And that's what he's saying. He thinks they realize like, ah, damn, we're fucking this up. How can we kill them without burning, melting everything? And they switch to this gas. Because the one thing he points out, in particular with the water, the gas, when it fell into the water, it wouldn't mix. He was like, you could still drink water that has been sunken in with the gas because it completely is separated from it. So they went out of their way to create something that'll kill our asses, but not fuck anything else.
And we definitely have something like that in real life.
Yes.
We definitely have. I remember reading in the 90s they were messing with a genocidal weapon. I believe it was of a gaseous form that would be able to seek out specific genes in a molecular level that are tied to a specific race. So let's say Hispanic person has certain traits in their DNA, the gas can detect that genome and target you. So it'll leave your house, it'll leave your dog, it'll leave your white friends sitting at the table, and you're dead. And they were messing with that in the 90s, and I heard that that was a real thing at that time. I don't remember. I can't say accurately if that's in fact a thing, but I'm like 80%.
It definitely sounds like like Nazi technology.
Right.
Like if you ever like read like old news reels or whatever about like Nazi technology, it's always something crazy like they were looking for magic that would kill black people, or it's like what? It's like,
I mean,
I don't know how you could find weirder things and things like that. Like we're not only looking for things that may not exist, that may just be fantasy, but we're also looking for them to be exactly as racist as we need them to be.
correct.
It's like anti-Jew magic. It's like, what? How is there anti-Semite magic?
Well,
And you're actually looking for it. This is actually someone's job.
when you read about some of the stuff that the SS did,
Mm-hmm.
these guys were nuts.
Yeah.
And one of the reasons they went out of their way to search for Christian artifacts.
Mm-hmm.
Here's where you can see how nuts they were.
No.
In their mind, it's the Jews' fault Christ got killed.
Mm-hmm. But it's
They-
actually not.
Therefore, all the holy items
Mm-hmm.
must work against Jews.
Yes.
You're like, what? Yeah, you realize Christ was a Jew?
Yeah.
No. Okay, never mind.
Yep.
Sorry.
Yep.
Sorry, guys. I'm just trying to point out some facts.
Yeah.
But I'll be over here.
Yeah.
Like, yeah. Them people were crazy.
Yes.
There was a whole very substantial group of people who firmly believe that AIDS was constructed as a weapon to kill the gay people, because at the time that AIDS started running rampant, it initially hit the gay communities during a time where the gay community was becoming very, very powerful in different areas, specifically political things and things of that nature. And so there are a lot of people who very firmly believe that was why AIDS was created, and then it kind of went rogue and started getting into
Other communities.
communities.
Well, I know one of the reasons people soundly believe that AIDS was created is because it's such an efficient killer.
Yes.
Like, rather than... Because technically it doesn't kill you.
Mm-hmm.
It just makes sure that everything else can.
Yes. So the things that makes diseases not kill you is your immune system.
Right.
So it's your body fighting off this foreign body, and because so instead of attacking you directly, it attacks your defenses.
Right, and then all that's necessary is just a common cold to come in.
So I remember, like, when it was super prevalent, all the theories people came up with. They were like, these
How old
people
were you?
made it. I'm 39.
Why are you so old?
I don't know.
You're not 39.
Yes. They came up with every theory. It's like the government made it to control these people. These people made it for this people. It's like all the Europeans want Africa, so they're spreading it through Africa. I'm like, how about it's just a really bad disease and Mother Nature is trying to shake the fuck out of us? She's like, well, what can I do now to get rid of them? They survived Ebola. They survived the plague. Here we go.
We actually didn't survive the plague, though. A lot of us died.
I mean,
it didn't kill us all. It didn't kill us all.
What was it? A third of Europe who died?
Something like that.
Oh my goodness.
It was effective.
Yeah.
Used rats to spread, which is a nice touch.
Yeah.
But we still here. There'll be a new one, I'm sure, eventually.
The thing I'm worried about most is if there's a disease that attacks fat cells. Because if it attacks fat, one, I'm gone. Yep.
Oh God. Oh, that movie.
Yes, it was so good.
It was so bad.
Yep.
I mean,
Anti-gypsy propaganda.
That's right.
it could happen. Both thinner and a disease attacks fat cells.
Yes.
It's called thinner.
I mean, what's the obesity rate in the United States?
I don't know.
Too damn high?
I don't want to think about it. I just want to eat donuts.
It would wipe out this country.
Yes.
There'd be like three guys going like, what do we do?
Well, I think it would take out a bit of Canada too. Isn't their national dish just cheese curds?
What?
Isn't poutine just like pieces of cheese?
No, but they're pretty healthy up there.
Poutine.
Yeah.
Poutine is delicious, but they're generally pretty healthy.
It's French fries, covered in gravy,
Yes.
covered in
And
cheese, and it's delicious.
It is fucking delicious.
And they also have it because, as Dennis mentioned, it's like their national dish. You can get poutine fries at McDonald's.
Yes.
McDonald's fries is better. No.
Maybe McDonald's fries up there is better. I don't know. We didn't try.
No.
Well, you don't leave the country to go to McDonald's. And
Plenty
if
of
you
people
do,
do.
if you do, they should take your passport.
Plenty of people do. I'm
yeah.
sure there are people who go just to try what McDonald's is like another place.
We know one guy who leaves this country and still has McDonald's.
Please, can we not mention him ever?
Yeah. Anyways.
I just want him to go away.
He's orange and he lives in a White
Oh,
House.
no. We don't talk about that one
He is
here.
our Voldemort.
Yeah, we don't talk his name.
That's all. It's also Christmas season, so that's also happening too. There's a lot of Harry Potter going on. Cable.
You're on camera blowing your nose.
That's right.
All your boogers.
That's right.
Caught on camera.
All of them. And cute dogs.
Cute dogs. Sleeping.
Mm.
The culprit of the snores. Caught on camera.
What was another interesting part of the book?
Well, I mean, it was a pretty quick book.
Yes.
I think we covered most of the things.
That's true.
We're about halfway through, right?
Yes.
Yeah. Should I share the pictures today?
Of what?
The museum trip.
Yeah, sure.
Yes.
Because I figured it kind of connects with this book.
Yeah.
Looking at the stars.
Yep.
Yeah.
We were using
we'll
telescopes
share.
looking for the Martians.
I mean, you can share them closer to when this episode comes out.
Okay.
We went to the Museum of Natural History.
Yes.
Because
The
they were
Eden Planetarium.
Yes, they were doing a special where they were looking at planetary alignments for 2020 and
Which
pointing
has
out.
nothing to do with Hayden Panettiere.
Yeah, it does.
Unless she's related
Planets, hello.
No. She doesn't know who
Hayden
Hayden
Panettiere?
Panettiere is.
No.
Oh, okay.
Who
The
did?
cheerleader from
Heroes.
From Heroes. Exactly.
Meow.
I love how disinterested you are in regular things.
Yes.
So
Thanks.
disinterested.
I don't know what it means. Is that bad?
No,
Are you making fun of me?
No, not at all.
You're calling me stupid.
Not at all.
No, it's just you don't care about a show that was only good for 2 seasons.
See, that was shade.
I caught that. I don't have to know the show to catch that.
Shade.
Oh my goodness, there's
Yes.
foots everywhere.
I just wanted to put you down now, because now you're becoming kind of burdensome.
So put him down. You don't have to pick
I'll
I'll
but
kill
it's
you.
I'm gonna
You can put him down.
put you on the floor.
Yes.
All right. So
He's
gently.
like, why? No,
Gently.
this is terrible.
Gently. Now go find a bed. Go.
He's like, she's in the bed.
Go.
Don't look at me. I ain't picking you up. You know I'm not picking you up.
This damn halls. It's still there. It's probably eating one of my teeth. Now it's boiling the water. Are we growling?
She growled
Oh.
because he dropped his fat ass on her. But
They're still getting to know each other.
Yes.
Today was a very special day.
Was it?
Well,
we've had her for about 2 weeks.
she just got her final shot, so we can start walking her.
Mm-hmm.
The first attempt at walking both of them together, it's a lot of growling,
Gotcha.
a lot of snipping, a lot of animosity.
Okay.
Second attempt.
Don't look at me like that.
Maybe we should get a really big bed for here.
Yeah.
Don't look at me like
went
that.
a little bit better. But today, attempt number 3, like I was walking. Toby was doing his thing, peeing on a column, minding his own business. And Ahsoka's, she's new to the whole walking thing, so she's like looking around like, oh, can I sniff this? Can I eat that? Who's that? Who's here? And there's a little Yorkie in the neighborhood. His name is Jasper. His owner is a little,
I don't think you should name Yorkie's Jasper.
he's a little,
I think
little,
Jasper's an old people name.
It's an old Yorkie.
he's a little, what's the word? Kind of loose.
Oh, okay.
So he lets the dog off the leash every once in a while. So Jasper decided to go
Sniff Ahsoka's butt.
sniff Ahsoka. And at first, it went over well.
Okay.
She's friendly.
Yes.
She goes to sniff him, and then he growls at her.
How dare you?
And my initial thought is like, oh man, let me pull Ahsoka back because I don't know how she's gonna react. That was the wrong thought.
That's right.
What I should have been thinking is, oh man, Toby's gonna defend his sister because Toby defended his sister.
Oh wow.
My
I wish
arm
I'd been there.
whipped
I'd
across,
stayed
and he was barking the shit at Jasper. Like, I was like, oh, he's gonna kill this other Yorkie.
But the thing is, when they're home,
Mm-hmm.
He's grumpy. He's
Uh-huh.
a little grumpy old man. He just like yells all the time. He doesn't
Well, this
play
is his
nice.
house.
Yeah, but
He's been here a while. Oh, he was the first dog here.
He's gonna get used to her.
Yeah.
eventually. Anyway,
But on his terms.
I think we can wrap. Unless y'all
Can
have
we?
anything else you want to add.
No, we've stopped talking about the book completely. Now we're just talking about the dogs.
Yes, this is true.
For the second time.
But that's all gonna be on tape.
Yes. Yes. But it makes us, endearing.
Yes. Do you have anything else to add?
I'm excited to see if the book ends like the movie, and if it does, we'll let you know in the next
Yeah.
episode.
So my question to that is, how much of a bend or a curve does the story have to go on in order to realign itself in such a way where it can end like the movie?
Not at all.
Really?
Do you remember the ending?
The movie?
Yeah.
Yes.
It's a thing that kind of made sense to me,
Yes.
Oh, okay.
which is why I assume it actually came from the book.
Yes.
Oh, okay.
It's like the only thing that came from
What
the
was
book.
the movie where there were aliens in like taking over, and at one point one guy's like, I'm like gonna go stay by the lake because I noticed the aliens are not by any of them.
That was Science.
Yeah, that's what I keep thinking of.
And the alien at the end tries to kill his kid,
Mm-hmm.
but his
Yeah.
kid has asthma, so
Yes.
that's how the kid survives.
Yeah.
Because the kid couldn't breathe in
The
gas
the toxic.
because he was having an asthma attack.
Mm-hmm.
And
Joaquin Phoenix was in that one, wasn't he?
Yes, he was. He's a wonderful actor.
Yeah, that movie was not so good. All right. Bring it back in.
Yes.
My long arms.
And
Bringing it back
I
in.
did a very good thing just now. I stopped myself from talking about Joaquin Phoenix when you brought him up because I have definite feelings about Joaquin Phoenix.
Okay. We can talk about those next time.
Okay.
You can fan cast them if you want
Okay.
for one of these roles. Alright. Yeah, y'all gotta start thinking about your fan casting. Anyway, thank you to everyone who listened to the episode.
Yes.
If you want to help us, if you want to support us, pause this episode right now
Yes.
and send it to someone who likes the movie and or book.
Yes.
Share us with your friends so that other people can get in on this
Yes.
goodness too. Thank you to the both of you, Dennis and Esteban. DJ Cabezon.
no,
That's me.
That's-
I'm the
that's
one.
it.
Yes. What are you, DJ Walrus?
oh damn, we looked up the word. Damn it. Give me a
I still
moment.
don't have a DJ name.
You should make one up.
No, it has to be authentic. I'm not gonna give myself a name. Conyo.
Don't they all give each other names? Themselves
No,
names?
you definitely did not give yourself DJ Walrus.
No, I'm not the walrus. He's
No,
the walrus.
oh, fucking.
I'm Cabezon, and
Yeah.
that was given to me
Yeah, so there you go.
because
That's
of
what
my
I'm
big
saying.
head.
That's what I'm saying. I'm not.
Thank you,
giving
Uncle Charlie.
I remember trying to mouth the word, but I don't remember what it was.
I am DJ La Morsa.
La Morsa, yeah, that's it.
What does that mean again?
Walrus.
Ah.
I need a DJ now. I'm so jealous.
Well, you're not any kind of cetacean, so I'll have to think about
No.
what animal you are.
I mean, Cabezon is not a citation either.
No, but it is who I am.
Yes.
I am the embodiment of a large head.
Do you gentlemen have any final parting words to our lovely, amazing, wonderful audience?
Thank you for listening to all 12 of our podcasts.
Yes.
I hope you listen more in the future.
Yes.
I hope you interact with us on social media.
Please.
We
find us
we
everywhere.
really look forward to that.
Old Books Podcast.
Facebook, Instagram, Twitter.
I'm gonna work to do better on the Twitter.
I will try to do better on everything else.
Yep. You can look for me on Twitter at dmellowbk is my Twitter handle.
You can add that in the Instagram.
Yes.
thing. You can comment on the Old Books Podcast.
Yeah, at Old Book Podcast on Instagram and Facebook, and
And that's it.
Yeah.
That's it.
that's it.
Thank you, gentlemen.
Later, y'all.
Bye. Oh, and
Oh wait,
Yes.
there's more.
the video.
Oh yeah,
We'll
now
be
we've
on
added
YouTube.
video.
Yes. So if you want to see the unedited version,
That's right.
where there's a lot more talk about the dogs,
Yes.
all of which will probably cut out from this episode.
Yes.
Find us on YouTube, Old Books Podcast. I haven't made it yet, but it's gonna be there.
Yep.
Bye.
Keep an eye out.
See ya in January.
Keyword searches, if that's still a thing.
It's all about SEO now.
Yes.
Search engine optimization.
Yes.
All right. Bye.
Bye.
Later.